Good morning, Ghana. My name is Dr. Jante. I'm a healthcare business startup consultant, and today I want to take you through five key points you need to know before you start up your own healthcare business, right? The first thing is that you don't need to be a healthcare worker before you can start a healthcare business. You don't need to be a doctor to start a hospital. You don't need to be a pharmacist to start a pharmacy. You don't need to be a nurse to start a home care nursing agency. Right. So far as you're a Ghanaian, that's what the law allows. You are allowed to own and operate in healthcare business. You're allowed to start any healthcare business so far as you're a Ghanaian. Of course, you're going to need healthcare workers to help you to operationalize the business. But you can start and own it on your own, alone, or in partnership with other stakeholders. Number two, research. You need to do a bit of research in any of the business that you want to get into, right? So the fact that you don't need to be a healthcare worker, you don't need to be a pharmacist to set up a pharmacy, does not mean that you can just set up a pharmacy like that. You do a bit of research into pharmacy business. If I do a lot of research in pharmacy business before you start your own pharmacy. In my book, I even recommended that you, if possible, do a voluntary work. Volunteer yourself to work in a pharmacy for about 6 months or so, especially if you're not a pharmacist. 6 months or so, to get to know how the pharmacy business operates. This is an international or national principle in healthcare business or in any business for that matter. Don't set up any business that you don't know much about. If you want to set up a healthcare business, know about the healthcare business you're going into. So this applies not only healthcare businesses, but even any business at all, right? Number three is that as much as possible, start alone. As much as possible, start alone. There are a lot of complications that comes with starting with a partner, right? Legal issue, sometimes end up in court. Sometimes you feel like you are doing the work alone, your partner is not helping you. There are a lot of issues that come with start with a partner. So if possible, if you have the resources and you have the time, start alone on your own, or probably with your wife or with your spouse before you think of a business partner, right? The fourth thing you want to talk about is that you can start with a partner, all right. As much as you want to start alone, start with a partner, all right. But start with a partner for only two reasons. When one, you don't have the resources to start a business alone, or two, you have the resources, all right, but you don't have the time to be on the ground to manage the day-to-day affairs of the company, right? A partner who is on the ground helping to manage is always better than you trying to manage it alone when you know you're going to have the time and you're relying solely on employees to run the business for you, who end up running the business down. So if you don't have the money or the time to start a business, then in that case, it's advisable to get a business partner. Number four, always start with a good plan. Don't start any business without a plan. Don't start any business without a plan. Any business before you start with a plan. Sit down. How are you going to get money to start? How are you going to market the business? Where is the business going to even be located? Are you going to get good customers where you're going to be located? Are you going to start alone or with a partner? Where are you going to buy your goods to sell? Where are you going to buy your drugs to sell? How are you going to recruit your staff for the hospital or the clinic or the nursing home? Whatever it is. Start also with a plan. And don't invest even 1 cedi or 2 cedi into any business unless you have a solid plan that you want to execute. And number five, and the last point, start early. Healthcare businesses takes time to start up, to pick up, and for you to be able to make your money and break even. Start early. I've come across people who own hospitals now who started when they were in their final year at the medical school. I know people who own their pharmacies now, that they started the pharmacy, they started the process of having the pharmacy even when they were in their final year at the school of pharmacy. So any business that you want to start, the earlier the better. If possible, in your final year of academic work, even try and start brainstorming about business idea, or in your housemanship, or in your internship, or in your rotation, start thinking about the business and putting things in place to be able to achieve the business in the shortest time possible. Because most healthcare businesses will take about 2-3 years for it to be able to pick up, and start making serious money. So always start early. It's sad when you see people waiting till they are in their 40s or in their they are like consultants or professors. It's crazy. You wait till you're a professor before you want to start your own hospital or clinic. That doesn't make any sense. Start early. It's never too late. Never too late. Don't let me discourage you. It's never too late. Even if you are 60 years old, you want to start a healthcare business, go ahead. But it's always better if you start early. My name is Dr. Jante once again. I assist people to set up their own healthcare businesses. I've traveled for the past 50 years. I've traveled across the length and breadth of this country, helping people to set up their own hospitals, clinic, pharmacies, or chemical shop, maternity homes, telemedicine, diagnostic centers, a whole lot of. So whatever you need, whenever you need any help with any business that you want to start up, don't be afraid to contact me or click on our link. We are on TikTok, we are on YouTube, educating people about these issues. Thank you very much for watching. Watch out for my other videos coming up in a few days' time. Thank you very much.